Our last piece is really an amazing achievement from the district. They're able to use video coaching as an alternative to in-person evaluations. Typically, I don't even use the word evaluation when I talk in front of a room like this because people get very uncomfortable. But as Stephanie started to allude to earlier, this was very pandemic driven. But one of the most amazing things that they've been able to do is get the buy-in from their union. And maybe you can give a few minutes about that and how you did it. And I think most importantly, this gives agency to teachers, shows them and gives them the respect that they deserve. Allow you to say, yes, this is the classroom session or practice that I want you to evaluate me on, and being able to submit that. So if you could talk about that for a few minutes.
Sure, so I can picture it clearly. Dr. Persecki and I sitting, two of the only people in the district at times during the pandemic because everybody was off and gone and uncertain times. This is the beginning of the pandemic, and thinking to ourselves, what are we going to do? Our teachers need to be evaluated still. We have to have something on the books because it's tied in Indiana. It's been tied to growth, and you have to be effective or highly effective in order to get your raise. And it's truly just coaching for us. So we thought, what is it that we're going to do? How are we going to evaluate our teachers? And we started brainstorming, thinking, well, what if we just had teachers? I mean, they're doing learning at home. We're a one-to-one device with iPads for every single student in Decatur Township. So we were on the front end of everybody having devices and already having those at home with them. So we didn't need to go ahead and try to meet people and give them devices. So that was a strength for us in terms of having the technology. So our teachers were at home doing their learning, their synchronous learning, and it came to us that we can really use the pandemic as a way to just keep going. We don't have to try to use a past score or go back in different years. We don't have to try to figure this out when they get back or do something double. We can have teachers, if they're open to it, actually continue their evaluations from home and submit their evaluation on advanced feedback and complete it, and administrators watch it. So it didn't stop there though, because we didn't have the buy-in or the permission from our teachers union. And we didn't want it to be something that people felt like was happening to them in this uncertain time of the pandemic. We wanted it to be joint decision and discussion with our teachers union. So we met with our co-presidents of the union, pitched it, and they were like, yeah, why not? Let's just try it. We don't really have a choice. If we were to have mentioned that and we were not in a pandemic, I don't think anybody would have wanted to do it. They would have been nervous or scared, but because we were in the pandemic and they thought, well, I didn't necessarily love my evaluation last year. I don't want that to count times 2. I don't want to have to do an extra one next year. We'll just do it from home. At the time, we did it, and the union supported it. They were behind us the entire time, and surprisingly, our teachers were good. So because we stopped school in March at that time, if you had already had your evaluation, you were okay. But for those that didn't, they had that option. And we gave lots of different options so that you didn't feel stuck. If you wanted to come back, we said, and have it when you get back, we'll do that. If you want your last one to count times 2, we'll do that. If you want to do it like this through advanced feedback, you can do it. And surprisingly, almost all of them elected to just do it through advanced video. And when they did is when we saw our transformation happening for all of us, because it was unexpected for all of us. And our union co-presidents were like, oh my God, I can't believe they want to do this. Since then, we thought, well, we don't have to take it away. If you like submitting a video, maybe you're the type of person that doesn't want that principal right there in front of you and you want to submit it, you have the choice now of doing it in person or through advanced feedback, through the video usage. And we have a really good mix of people that like it either way, based on what's happening.
I can't say enough about what an achievement this is for a school district to be able to do this. I don't know of many others that are at this point where they're using video this way, but I want you to be inspired by it. I want you to see what's possible. If you're starting at the very beginning of the journey with video and it's just self-reflection, that's great. It's going to take a little while, as you've heard, But to be able to get to the point where they've changed the culture in their district and shifted it to this point is an unbelievable achievement. So congratulations to Matt, Stephanie, and the team for this work. It is amazing. Notice that there's one more takeaway for you here. This is an Education Week article that they spoke with Stephanie, and she tells the story about how they were using video through the pandemic and how they were able to turn that into an opportunity to show teachers that they could actually use this video for evaluation.